Shabbat Shalom to everyone. Oh, it's nice. Good to be together. We're in Parshat Ki Teitzei. We're getting to the end of the Torah, but we have so much that happens here that connects to the time of year, which I think is always very intentional with our rabbis creating the cycle, and maybe some of it just happens to be that we can always find relevance in Torah when we look for it. But in our Parsha this week, we get over 70 mitzvot. It's some of the parshiot we'll see they have more narrative, and this is one where we get a lot of law, and we have different commandments, and it ranges from everything that you could really imagine, from losing a lost object, which is a mitzvah, it's a commandment to return a lost object, to wearing tzitzit and not wearing linen and wool together, laws of when we go to war, helping a fallen animal if you see an animal that's struggling, and even things like caring for those who are in need in our community, sending away a mother bird from a nest if you're going to take the bird, etc. It's really a list of mitzvot. Many of them seem like they're not connected. And I was thinking about this time of year and what it would mean and what it means to get a list of mitzvot. And one of the earlier mitzvot that we see toward the very beginning of the parasha is that it actually tells us, Ki teitzei lemilchama al oivecha. When you go out to war and you're on your enemies, al oivecha is the language here, and it continues, God, your God, shall deliver them into your hands, your enemies. And there are Hasidic teachings around this phrase of al oivecha, to be on top of your enemies. And the teachings say that you don't want to meet them where they are. You don't want to do what they are doing, because that's just going to drag you into this evil. It's going to drag you into the badness of what it is in the world. And I think we can take this in many, many directions. It feels easy sometimes to see it and to want to match it and to not be the one who goes over it, and to be the bigger person, as we often like to say. But the ancient teachers say that this is a teaching on al oivecha, that we need to be above. And I was thinking particularly also in this sense of this time of year and turning it inward, that we're doing all of this work during Elul to really work on who we are and thinking about our vices and our enemies, our personal enemies, that it feels very hard to get on top of. Even when we do the work, even to look at them sometimes is hard, but once we look at them, how do you actually get to a point where you're not seeing them and meeting them, but that we're able to work above and to be our best selves? And it loops back to our mitzvot. And it comes, and the mitzvot in our parasha come to say to us, we have a way to do this. We do not have to do this alone. We have a guide, we have values, we have morals, we have a tradition, we have a community. And even they may seem out there in some ways, some might seem very easy, others might not. But what this is here to do is to help us be our best selves, to help us do that. And Shabbat is a great example. We're all sitting here right now, and as many of you know, I don't think I could survive without Shabbat, but it's also what allows me to be who I am in the world and to reevaluate who I want to be. And so in this time of Teshuvah, as we're going through this work of Elul, as we look at this parasha of Ki Teitzei and we look at all these different mitzvot that we're going to get, I want to make an invitation to us as a community, as people who are here together, near and far, to think about if there is one mitzvah that you want to take on during this time. It's something that we've invited before, but to think about sometimes the vastness. There are 613 potentially, but here we have 70. Some of them tell us to do things, some of them not to, but to take this as an invitation. There's so much work that we need to do, but just pick one. Pick one thing that you can do. It might be lighting Shabbat candles if that's something that you haven't been doing. Maybe it's to go visit somebody in your family who is not doing well. Maybe you want to go volunteer someplace, but one over this time, and see how it allows you to transform. See if it brings you to the place that you're hoping to be, and that we're on this journey together during this time of Elul to say that how do we get al oivecha, how do we go above all those things that are eating at us and that are always in our heads, maybe those voices, It's that we turn to our tradition, we turn to our Torah, we turn toward Shabbat, toward each other, and toward our tefillah, and we open ourselves up to the possibility of where it can bring us. Shabbat Shalom.